It will be impossible to maintain success as a trader without understanding this about your own mind. So, have you ever noticed that you start the trading day, you have an intention for what you're going to do, and all of a sudden you're doing something that isn't in your rule book that you hadn't planned, and you're wondering, how did this happen? How did I go from saying, this is what I'm going to do, to all of a sudden doing something completely different? It can feel like there's two people inside of you, which is why it's so hard to become successful as a trader, because you can't control your behavior in the moment of the actual trades. And the reason for this is you're being hijacked by your own mind. So the first principle you need to understand is that you are not your mind. You are not the thoughts that run through your head. If you believe that you are these thoughts, then you are going to believe what they say when they say, put on more size. When they say, take this trade even though it's not in your rule plan. When they say, just one more trade to end the day right. The mind leads you astray. It makes you do things that are not in alignment with what you need to be a successful trader. So notice right now that you can notice your thoughts in your own head. So if you're noticing your thoughts, you can't be your thoughts, because your thoughts are arising in you who is seeing it. So really what I'm trying to say is that you are awareness, and you observe your thoughts, and this is the way that you want to be when you're trading, is you want to be the observer of your thoughts. You don't want to be lost in the thoughts, because that's what's happening to you, is that you're trading, you have the best of intentions, the next thing you know, your mind takes you over, and you are doing something that you hadn't planned. And because of this, you are losing money. So if you want to be at your highest performance, then you need to gain mastery over your mind. And the only way to do that is to start training yourself to be aware. This is going to be a lot easier said than done. It takes a long time, especially if you've been identified with your thinking. It's going to take a long time to come out of that and start being able to watch your thoughts, especially in something emotional like trading. Trading is very emotional. It will hijack you. The mind has a lot to say. If you're on a losing streak, the mind will be screaming at you, just make up that loss, because the mind just wants to feel comfortable right now. I'm not going to lie to you, I've been practicing this for a long time, and I still make mistakes. My mind still takes me over. So this is something you have to constantly work at. And without this, you can't be successful long term at trading, because there's always a conflict of interest in your head. There is the you that wants to do the right thing, that has its rule plan, that has every intention of following it. And then there is the egotistical, animalistic monkey mind that just wants money right now and does not want to lose money, and will do everything it can to basically override you and make you do the wrong thing at the wrong time. So having this relationship with your mind where you understand it is not you and that you can be the observer allows you to have that space where you can recognize when you're getting emotional, when you are about to go off your plan, when you are about to oversize. You need to catch yourself in those moments just before it happens and be able to step back and say, I'm not going to do that. But without that awareness, how can you step away, right? You just get taken over. The next thing you know, you're clicking a button, and you don't have that space. You don't have a buffer in between the behavior that you're taking and what the mind is saying. The reason why 95% of traders fail is because they aren't even aware of the tendencies they have that are making them fail. They lack the awareness to notice the actual behaviors that are causing them to repeatedly fail over and over again. And this is why some people can trade for years and years and years and never break through, because there's actually no recognition of what the problem is and what they need to change. They don't have the awareness to see, okay, I keep doing this over and over and over again. They're literally unconscious to their own behavior, and all that they know is that at the end of the day, they had a big blow-up day. It became very emotional. They didn't follow their plan, and they don't know why it happened. So through cultivating this awareness of your mind, through practicing being the observer, aka basically mindfulness, you can begin to gain this buffer, and you can notice all of your different tendencies. Everybody is going to have different tendencies that make them fail at trading, that make them not follow their plan. For me, I hate taking losses, and when I do take a loss, I become emotional, and my mind wants to get back to equilibrium. It wants to get back to balance. So it tries to convince me through the thoughts it tells me, just put on one more trade, just size up and get it back quickly, because it's emotionally uncomfortable to sit in loss, to sit in drawdown. And that's how it's going to be for everybody. Honestly, it is not comfortable to sit in loss, to sit in drawdown. But without an awareness, without self-awareness, you have absolutely no chance of not letting the mind dictate your behavior. Your mind will take you over without a firm practice in place of basically meditation, awareness, and that means throughout the actual day, when you're just living your life, to always be noticing what's going on in your head. This isn't just for trading, this is for life. This is super important for anything you're going to do in life. If you are ran by your mind, if you believe you are your mind, then you're going to always be taking what that says seriously, and it's going to lead you astray. It's not going to lead you in the direction that you're wanting to go. Where you want to go is perfectly following your plan, risk management, not becoming emotional, not falling off track, not having big, massive blow-up days. Because the truth is, anyone can make successful trades. Anyone can have an edge and an understanding of the market. But it's those big blow-up days, it's the emotional times and disturbances that happen after you've had a series of losses and then you're not thinking clearly. That's what destroys people. And still, me to this day, I still find it very difficult to step away from the computer when I'm in an emotional state, because that's how we are wired as humans. So trading will always have an extremely high failure rate. Most people are not willing to go on the journey of understanding themselves and knowing themselves. And you do this by being acutely aware of what you are saying throughout the entire trading day to yourself. You notice your self-talk. You notice what you say before the session. You notice the emotions you have during the session. You don't try to stop the emotion. You notice it and allow it. If you try to fight and combat and stop the emotion, it's giving the emotion too much power. You just be aware, be the observer, and be completely non-judgmental towards anything that's going on in your head, to what your emotions are saying. Allow them to be there. Allow the thoughts to be there. Allow the emotions to be there. But do not react to it. Do not follow the mind where it wants you to go and take the action that it wants you to take, which is most of the time clicking a button and being in another trade that usually isn't in your best interest, as I've learned. So yeah, you need to have this understanding of yourself. You need to know that you're not the mind. You need to be self-aware as a trader. Without that, yeah, you could go on winning streaks. You could have a little success here and there. But over 20 years, you are always going to blow up, because there's two of you inside, and there's not the you as the observer noticing that other part of yourself that wants to sabotage your success. That's about it.